right, we made some good progress in episode 1 of campaign 2. So let's keep moving and see how far we can get. And if I look at the victory conditions, okay, we built our school. We got our base at level 3 now. We got to go one more. As soon as that farming research is done, we can build a farm. For the forester, I need to research that. So once we're done researching for the farm, I can switch the school over to researching for the forester, and that'll solve that one. And then we need to make these sandwiches. So let's see what that's all about. Looks like we need a kitchen. So let's see what the build menu tells us about the kitchen, if we can do that now or not. Buildings. Okay, the kitchen looks like it's locked. And we need to upgrade our base to level 4 before we can do the kitchen. So let's take a look at the base, what it's going to take. We need cloth, 10 cloth before we can upgrade our base. We've already got 50 red coins from selling those planks at the general store, and we've got plenty of stone bricks. So let's see what it takes to make the cloth. It looks like that's made at the workshop. So let's go to the workshop. We'll look at the recipes. Cloth. Okay, it looks like there's 2 ways we can make cloth. We can use cotton. 2 cotton in 4 seconds will produce a cloth, or 1 wool in 4 seconds will produce a cloth. So let's see if we've got any cotton on the map. I thought I saw some. It looks similar to these guys. These are berries. And let's see. Some carrots. This particular map we cannot expand. There'll be ones in the future where we can, and I can show you that later. We've got pear trees. If I zoom out a little bit, what is this here? Is this cotton? Okay, we've got cotton way over here. And if I can get that cotton to the workshop, then I can make cloth. It's kind of a long haul. Let's see what else. We've got any more cotton anywhere. Okay, I don't see any. We've got no workers available. Let's build our 4 houses if we can, so we can hire more workers. And we'll find a spot. Maybe we can have a little street here. 1. And I'm going to rotate here so I can see a little better. 2, 3, 4. All right, so we've got 4 houses there. Let's just double check, make sure they're in range of the market and general store. They are, so they're all good. And you'll see, because of the unlevel ground, some scaffolding was automatically put down for these houses so they can be level. And that shouldn't be a problem. We're not taking anything to the houses directly ourselves, so we can just leave those be as they are. We don't need any roads. So that gives us another 8 workers. And boy, that is such a long path to get that cotton. Let's drop down 3 workers to start and have them take cotton to the workshop. There's 1. There's 2. There's 3. And we're probably going to want to drop down a dirt road, maybe a stone road, because man, that is a long haul around all these trees. So we've got 82 stone bricks. We should be able to build a good amount of road here for these guys. I can't really use the chutes because we're going uphill. So let's build a stone road here. And I'll rotate this around so we can see where to come up. Come over, maybe all the way over here. And we'll come up this way. And let's build some more roads so things move faster through town. All right, we've still got plenty of stone bricks. So now let's see if our workers are taking the road. Where are our cotton collectors? Did I send them to the wrong place? Where are they? Let's see here. I do not see our cotton collectors. Where are they? There are 3 workers. There they are. Let's see what they're doing. He has got cotton. And okay, what I didn't do is select the recipe for the cloth out of cotton. So let's get that going. And then these workers will drop off the cotton, and there they go. Looks like they are using the road. There's 2 of them. Okay, and I got one here who's confused. Let me grab him and say, pick up the cotton and bring it to the workshop. All right, so now that we're producing the cotton or the cloth, we need to put that into our inventory. So I still have 5 more workers. Let's drop a worker, or let's see if I can build. I've got 72 wheels, so we're doing good on those. Let's make use of the carts or the wagons because they are faster and they carry more. So I'm going to go to build, workers, wagon. I'll drop one down here. And we're going to have this guy take the cloth and bring it to the base. Actually, we can have him bring it to the barn. That's also our general storage. So let's do that. I'll right click here. And I take that back because okay. If we look at our barn here, you can see that we've got 4 slots that each hold 50. And right now, all of those slots are taken up with products. So we're going to have this wagon with our cloth drop it off at the base. So cloth to the base. And the base has more slots. I'm not sure how many it does, but it seems to have more slots than the barn. As we upgrade the barn, it'll hold more different types of products and more of each product that you're storing. Looks like that only needs, if I want to upgrade the barn, I need 20 planks for that. So let's see. We have 8 planks now. We're selling some planks. We're building wagon wheels with the planks. So let's see. I'm thinking maybe we stop producing the wood wheels. We've got a lot right now. Really, we're only using those for wagons. So why don't we stop that? We've got plenty, and let's collect up some more planks, and then we can upgrade our barn here to store more things. So I'm going to take the wood wheel and let's see. So yeah, let me click on the workshop and then take off the wood wheel. And that's going to allow us to collect some more planks. And it should actually speed up the production of the cloth. So for the cloth, it looks like we're just not producing, we're not bringing in enough cloth or enough cotton to keep the workshop busy. We've got 4 more workers I can hire. Let's drop 2 more down to collect some cotton. We can reassign these guys later. Cotton to the workshop. And cotton to the workshop. All right. Here's our base. We've got the cloth. We've got the 50 red coins we need, and we've got 20 stone bricks. So let's upgrade that. Just click it. Boom. We got 4 more houses we can build. Now we can build that kitchen. And the kitchen's going to allow us to build the sandwiches, which helps solve one of the victory conditions for this map. And we've also unlocked the tavern. Looks like that sells prepared food to nearby houses. So this is a lot like that general store and the food market in that it automatically distributes food. So let's see if we can build that kitchen. Let's go into the build menu. Buildings. There we go. We got the kitchen now. So I got to wait for planks. Let's see. I've got 18 planks. I only need 2 more, and then I can build that kitchen. There we go. Kitchen. And this guy can also be wherever we want. It doesn't need to be in range of the houses. So let's see. We've got some grain being harvested here and a mill turning that into flour here. And the kitchen, I think, is going to actually make use of some of that flour. So let's put the kitchen down here. Boom. Okay, no recipe assigned. Let's see what we can make. We know for the victory conditions, let's just look at those again real quick. Pretty sure it's sandwiches. But for sandwiches, I need bread, I need cheese, and cooked chicken. So let's think about the bread first. Bread, cheese, and chicken. All right, bread, cheese, and chicken. Bread looks like it takes flour and a fuel source. So for fuel, this is what the kitchen's using for heat, and we can provide fertilizer, which we can get from one of our pastures. Well, maybe we're probably gonna have to build those later. We got wood, which we're familiar with, and we have coal. So we can use any of those. Looks like it takes 4 coal, 2 wood, or 1 fertilizer to produce 1 heat. 2 bags of flour, and that gets us a loaf of bread. We also need the cheese, and that's going to take milk. So we're going to have to produce that at a pasture. We're already making cloth, so that's it for cheese and then chicken. Cooked chicken. So cooked chicken needs raw chicken, which is produced at the pasture, and heat to make the cooked chicken. Let's start with the bread, because we can start making that now. Boom. And then let's think about the cooked chicken. So we'll need to build a pasture. And the pasture looks like it, if you look under input there in this little pop-up menu, it says, I need yellow coins. We're producing tons of those. We got 1,173 now. So we're good there. Animal feed we need to produce as well. I think that's going to be produced at the farm. And we're currently researching the farm at the school. And water, we saw how to do water. And then we can sell it at the food market, but we're going to actually use it to make our sandwiches. So we're going to need a pasture for the chicken. All right, let's get this bread going. All we need to do is get the flour sent over to the kitchen, and then we'll produce bread, and we'll have to take that bread over to storage, and then we can focus on the cooked chicken. But let's get the flour done before we forget. Okay, so we've got flour being sold to the market. So this wagon here is delivering flour to the market. Let's see how many flour it's got. Let's get a worker down. Boom. And let's have a worker also take flour, but this time to the kitchen. And then we need to take this bread that's going to be produced by the kitchen. We need to take it to storage. And I'm probably going to take it straight to the base. So since we got these wagon wheels, let's drop another cart down. Or wagon. Worker, wagon. Oh, I'm all out of people. So, but I've got 4 more houses I can build. So let's just expand our neighborhood here. 1. Oops. Dropped the wrong building. We'll just hit the delete button, clear that, and we get all the resources back. And for houses, I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so that gave us 8 more workers. Let's see, this guy is bringing flour to the kitchen, and I need 1 cart, or wagon. A wagon to take our bread to storage. So let's drop him there. Wagon, bread to just take it to the base. Link. And let's just see what this guy's got. Oh, we got to provide some fuel source. So let's see. I'm debating using fertilizer because I know we're going to have to build a couple of pastures and those will produce fertilizer for us. But to get us started, we've got wood like right next door here. So that's pretty easy. Let's drop a worker down here and he can collect wood, or he or she can collect wood and bring it to the kitchen. All right, we just got this pop-up. Our research for farming has been completed. We can now build the farm and farm tiles, which is, you know, where your crops are going to grow. And then we're also able to research the animal pasture. So we're going to need that for milk. So that's another thing we got to research. Okay, here's a little pop-up for farming. Farms will automatically harvest nearby resources and replant them when depleted. Farm tiles, water, and fertilizer will speed crop regrowth speeds. Okay. So let's go over to our school. It's asking, hey, what do you want me to do? And let's move this along. We've got the animal pasture or forestry. Forestry is going to unlock a forester and a tree planter. And the forester is kind of like a farm for trees. And so you'll drop down the forester building and then you have to build these tree planters and drop those down. And then you can pick what kind of trees you want to grow. And it's just like an ever renewing resource now. But we've got so much wood around here and trees that I don't think we're going to need a forester. So I'm not going to worry about that. The other thing we can research is basic logistics. We are going to need that in order to produce our cloth conveyor belts, and that's one of the victory conditions. But in order to make those chicken sandwiches, we're going to need chicken, and we're going to need an animal pasture to raise chicken. So let's research the animal pasture next. It looks like it's going to take 3 paper this time, 3 yellow coins, which you've got tons of. Don't have to worry about it. And then 3 seconds for each research, and I think it's, again, 100 research. We'll see. Yeah, okay, you need 100. So we'll just keep supplying paper to the school. That's already in motion. And eventually we'll have our animal pasture and we can drop that down. We do have a farm that we can build. To be honest, I don't know that we need it. We've got tons of grain over here, but let's do it anyway, just for purposes of the tutorial. So let's go into buildings and I'll look for farm. There we go. Looks like it takes 20 stone and 20 planks. And it looks like we're doing better on planks here. We've got 40 in storage right now. So let's go ahead and grab, or let's drop a farm down. And I'm going to drop it down by some of this grain that we've already got available. You can see when I move the farm over near the grain, that grain turns light. And this might be an ideal spot right here. So I'll drop a farm there. With the farm, if I take, let's see, I've got 5 more workers. So I'm going to drop, we used a worker in the farm already. And now if I select a recipe and I say grain, since we're surrounded by grain, the farm is going to produce, it's going to harvest this grain automatically and replant it. And now we're going to get a chance to, I could have a worker go collect the grain from the farm and drop it off at the chute. Or I believe what I can do is just build a chute and attach it to this existing chute and it'll automatically churn out. There we go. There's our grain. So I'm just going to drop these chutes down. I'll show you how I did that. Down here at the hotbar, I've got an item for chute. And if I go into the build menu, I can see what that costs. It's under paths. And I look at chute. It takes 1 plank to build the chute. So let's do it. I built 2. And if I put a chute here, now that grain is automatically going to be sent straight into the mill over here. Oops, let me just get that off. And there we go, grain mill. So now this farm is going to automatically harvest the grain from around the building and send it down the chute. and it's going to go straight to the grain mill. The grain mill is producing flour. We're sending some of that flour into the kitchen to make our bread. And then that bread is being carried off into storage. And if I go back to our menu up here, our inventory kind of bar up here at the top left, and I click on that and select bread, I can see how much we've made and are storing. So it looks like we've got 15 bread made already. There we go. These little workers that are collecting, I can actually, if I take that guy off and I just delete him, and I just select him and hit the delete button, I can actually just put him into the farm. So I click on the farm and add a worker. Boom. And now we should see these marbles, these little bundles of grain uh, being produced faster. And in fact, I think I'm going to take this last little worker here who's walking around and delete him and just add him as a worker inside the farm because I think that's a bit faster. So we can see, yeah, he's pumping out grain pretty good. And I don't have to worry about little guys bouncing around. Now, the farm is going to harvest all the grain in it within its range automatically. And then it will replant as this grain gets exhausted. But what I can do, if I want to speed up the production of the grain, I can actually build a farm tile, and it takes 10 yellow coins and 2 fertilizer. And when you build those, you drop them down again, it has to be in range of the farm, and it will actually grow the grain faster. So once the grain gets exhausted, it takes a while to regrow before you can harvest it again. And if you drop a farm tile and build those, it will speed up that cycle. But right now, we've got tons of grain around here. We've only got 3 people harvesting it. So I think we're going to have more than enough grain and we don't need to worry about farm tiles right now. But anyway, we can see we've got tons of those heading into the mill. And the mill is producing flour. We could almost add a worker here if we wanted to, and that's going to get us some more yellow coins. But we've got tons of yellow coins, so we're good. We're not going to worry about it. All right, we're producing bread. Let's see. We want to, if I go into the kitchen and I look at the recipes, I know I want chicken, but that's going to take the pasture, and we're researching that now. The cheese I want, but in order to have that, I got to have milk, and that also takes the pasture, you can see. So we can't really move forward on our sandwiches. If I look at the school, we are 22 out of 100 research for the animal pasture. Research is moving forward just based on the paper we're delivering. And there goes our little wagon delivering the paper. Now, if you watch, you can kind of see a little bit of traffic congestion. When you've got a 1-lane road here, these wagons cannot cross each other. So they will block one another from being able to deliver. So as we go, as we get get into bigger maps and have more things going on, we're going to want to have wider roads than we do now. They will always find a path to the building they're going to, but when they bounce into another wagon or worker, they have to double back. And so it just makes everything take a bit longer. And the way they've set up this campaign for us, they've given us some terrain that is very, very hilly so that it makes it hard to make wider roads. But down the road, we'll be able to adjust this terrain and move it up and level it as we want. But for now, we'll just leave it as it is and we'll just kind of cope with it. So we're waiting for the school to do our research on the animal pasture. Let's take a look at those victory conditions and see if there's anything else that we can move forward on while we're waiting. So our base, we've satisfied. We've got the school built. We've got the farm built. Oh, remember I said we didn't need the forester? It wasn't that important because we've got plenty of trees. Looks like we need to build one just for the sake of satisfying the victory conditions on this map. So that's also going to take research. So maybe we'll do that next after the animal pasture. And we're going to need to do the basic logistics too. So let's see. The other victory condition that we could work on right now is happiness. So we need to get happiness up to 40. And the way we get happiness up is selling products. So either at the food market or the general store, or and there's other markets as well that we'll be building later. So let's see if we can increase the happiness. Right now at the general store, if I click on the happiness here at the top right, I can see while we're selling planks, we're getting 100% happiness out of the village from selling planks. So no real room for improvement there. It shows that we're 40% of the houses are currently consuming this item. So we could supply more, but it's not really going to help us on the happiness front because we're already at 100%. So what else can we sell that will get us some more happiness? Right now, we're not selling any stone bricks. And so that's a way that we can bump up our happiness number. We need to get to 40 to satisfy the map. And if we get up to 20, I think every 10 points in happiness gets you a 10% production bonus. So let's see if we can't get that up to 20 at least by selling some of these stone bricks. We've got 116 bricks already in storage. We can see they're being made here at the stonemason. And we've got one worker here who is delivering those to the base. And whenever this backs up, then they get sent to the barn. Oh, I'm sorry, not that. The stone will actually get sent to the barn, but not the bricks. So let's sell some bricks. Let's grab a, just wondering if we should grab a worker or a wagon. Let's start with a wagon and see if we run out. I've got 5 more workers. Let's go, and I've got plenty of wagon wheels still, 75 of those. So let's build ourselves another wagon, and we'll drop him off here. And again, it's going to make this road more congested. But let's take the wagon, and here I'm going to grab the stone bricks, right click, and sell them at the general store. Right click. And now they only sell for 1 red coin, but look at what happened to our happiness. Just by doing that, we've jumped up like 10 in happiness instantly. And so if I look at the general store and I click on the happiness again, we can see we've got 100% of our houses are now consuming the stone bricks, and we've got 100% happiness out of that. And it also got us now we're up to 20% production bonus. So if I go to our workshop, we can see that the speed here at the bottom right has gone from 110 up to 120. All right, so I think we're at a good stopping point for episode 2. We'll carry on with episode 3 in the next video. And until then, this is Glidercat signing off, saying see you later, and thanks for watching.